I recently got asked a question by someone in our Change Your Story, Change Your Results group program, and I wanted to share with you what she had asked and my response, because I think it's a question that a lot of coaches have and a lot of people in service that are really there to give and to contribute, and finding this balance is important. So here is the question from Lisa. She says, how do you keep from giving away too much work because some people simply can't afford one-on-one coaching? We are helpers at the roots of our businesses. Well, fantastic question, Lisa. And one that I think a lot of kind-hearted, centered people really grapple with, especially when they know they can help this person. So here are 4 ways you can help people and make peace with this situation. Because in reality, you can't help everybody, even if they can afford you, because there's only so many hours in a day, right? Especially with one-on-one coaching. All right, so here are the 4 things you can do. The first is create really great free resources. Now, if you're growing a business, you're doing this anyways because this is your marketing material. So this would be your blogs, your podcasts, your webinars, your giveaways, all the stuff. If you're going out and doing talks, all the things that you are doing to grow your audience and your authority and to get clients actually helps people as well, because it's great free content that people can take in and absorb and learn from. I know over the years I have had countless people thank me for my free content that has helped them so much, from my blogs and webinars and some of the great giveaways we've had over the years. So don't negate the power of that content. It's very, very powerful. So that's the first thing. You can always direct people to your free content and get them to stay in your community so that they are consistently updated as you come out with new things. The second thing you can do is create lower cost programs and products. So I know, for example, one of my low cost programs, the Ultimate Coaching Business Checklist, which is a $37 program. This program actually has, it could, with what's in it, it could be like $1,000 program, because it's all about how to get a coach set up and build the right foundation of their business. But I specifically designed it and just put it out as a slow intro price for 2 main reasons. And one was to serve those who were newer in business and didn't have the financial resources yet, so that they could get themselves going and start making income. And then 2, it was great because I'd rather people go through that before they work with me privately. So it created sort of a win-win, shall we say. But it was ultimately, its main purpose was so that people could get access to the information they really need to get their business off the ground at a really affordable rate. So you can do the same thing, and then that doesn't mean it's necessarily $37. It could be $100, $200, $500, but programs that are a little more accessible financially is a really great way to solve that problem. The third thing that you can do is you can do pro bono work. Now, this is something I actually do. I don't really talk about this, but I always have one pro bono client. And I've had the same one for a couple of years now, and she runs a non-for-profit. And I do that because, well, first of all, she makes continual progress and shows up and does the work. But for me, it was a way to give back to those who couldn't afford me, and have an impact in the world in just another way. You can also do scholarships to programs that you release. You could give away a product for free once a month to someone. there's lots of ways that you could get creative with your time. You could do live Q&As for your audience that's just free on Facebook Live, for example. So there's lots of ways that you can give your expertise and your time away for free that can feel good and in alignment with you. Now, the last thing, the fourth thing that you can do, and I think this one is the most important, is you cannot take on their need internally, because you are not their savior and you are not their source of abundance or joy or health or whatever it is that they're looking for from you. It's really easy to feel guilty for not being able to help someone. But what I want you to remember is that they are the source of their joy and their health, and that you want to see them in their greatest light and not feel bad for them because they can't afford you. You're going to give them all these suggestions of the first three things that we talked about. You may even pass on someone else's resources of a colleague or someone who you know can help them. Maybe refer them to someone who's at a lower price point. But either way, you need to remember that they are the ones who have to bring about their own healing and their own joy and their own solutions. You are a channel, but they are the source. And when you can really truly remember that and come from that space, then you can kindly turn those away who are not the right fit for you, and happily give them on their way, knowing, if they don't get something from you, it's not that they're not going to get it, right? No matter how great you are. The reality is that there are lots of teachers, there are lots of resources, and that's a good thing. But ultimately, we each are responsible for our own solutions. We call them in through different channels, through different teachers, through different books, through different resources, what have you. But never take that on personally or emotionally, that because you can't give them something, they're not going to get it. Because that's just not true. They could have, because they have access to what we all have access to, which is the universal energy. If they can tap into that, they can allow in what they need just from a different channel, not necessarily from you. So I hope that helped. And I'd love to hear from you. Is there something I didn't mention that you do that is a way that you give back? Have you tried one of these? Will you try one of these? Definitely put a comment below. And lastly, remember that although we are here to be catalysts for change, you cannot save anyone. Each of us have everything we need within us to save ourselves from whatever it is we want help from. And we have to go within and be that for ourselves. And when we do that, when the people you're helping do that, that will allow them to call in the help that they're looking for in whatever form is most accessible for them, whether that is you or not. So there's no need to take that on, and do the best you can with what you've got, and know that you're making a difference even if you can't help them, but you are still seeing them in their light as the best version of themselves. Because ultimately, I think that's the best gift we can ever give someone, is to see them for who they really are. And when you do that from that space of integrity, passing them on with whatever can help them, you have done your best, and that's the best you can do, because all you can do is all you can do. All right. Have a wonderful day. Share this video if you found it helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.